Hello everyone, this is David from Automotive Press, and today I want to talk about the 2023 Toyota Sequoia. Now, I have been talking about the Sequoia for a while, and if you look at my videos from about a month ago, I talked about the Sequoia in terms of the powertrain, the look and the feel, and the design and so forth. But I have an updated rendering and image for you to look at because we have a lot more information about the Tundra, and so it was time to update my image of the 2023 Sequoia as well. Now, if you recall, I have been talking about Sequoia as a twin brother of the Tundra because they're going to share all kinds of components. Both are based on Toyota's new TNGA-F platform, which stands for Toyota New Global Architecture. And so the basic frame and the body will share a whole bunch of components, except of course in the case of a Tundra, it's a pickup truck, and Sequoia is a full SUV. But the basic frame will be the same. I know this is just a toy that I have here, but the basic framework underneath the body will be very similar between Tundra and Sequoia, which means that everything that is attached to the frame will also be very similar. So that includes the powertrain, which is the 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, as well as a 10-speed automatic transmission. And most of the design around the suspension should also be same between the Tundra and the Sequoia. Also, the Tundra will have a base 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 and a hybrid version of that engine, which will have a lot more power and torque. So I expect the exact same thing for Sequoia. The base engine should have the same 410 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque as the Land Cruiser that was also introduced. But the hybrid version will have quite a bit more. I expect about 460 horsepower and perhaps about 560 foot-pounds of torque. I know there's some crazy numbers that has been rumored earlier, but I don't believe that is going to happen because I don't think Toyota can pump out 600 horsepower out of the hybrid engine. So again, the best estimate would be 410 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque for the base 3.5 twin turbo, and then 460 horsepower and 560 or 570 foot-pounds of torque for the hybrid. So that's what I expect. The fuel economy should be 23 to 25 miles per gallon range, and the towing capacity should be very similar to the Tundra, which will be about 12 to 13,000 pounds. So that's the basic spec for the Sequoia. It will have the most up-to-date infotainment system, likely 12.3 inches wide, with the latest Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, to name some of the features. So it's going to be fully updated SUV when it comes out in summer of 2022. So it's about a year from now on. Everything got pushed out by about a 3 to 6 month time frame because of the chip shortage and other problems that the auto industry have been facing. But I expect Toyota to show us some photos of the Sequoia by July of next year, with a full official introduction in September of next year. Now, it is still very much a work in progress, and I'm still evolving it and changing the design as we speak. But I want to show you my first rough cut of what the Sequoia might look like by using the design elements from the Tundra and exporting that to the Sequoia body. So I'm going to show you two different versions, the TRD Pro version of the Sequoia and the limited version of the Sequoia. And I will walk you through the image to show you what I did to go from the Tundra design to the Sequoia design. So let me show you what I've done to create the 2023 Toyota Sequoia rendering. If you are a regular viewer of my channel, you will know that a little while ago I first created this render of the 2023 Sequoia, and I talked about how this new Sequoia will share a platform with both the Tundra and the new Land Cruiser 300 series. Because all three triplet, if you want to call it that way, will share the same TNGA-F platform, and things like engine and the powertrain, even parts of the suspension and the transmission will be shared among all three models. And for the 2023 model year, the Toyota Sequoia will share even more components and features with the 2022 Toyota Tundra, and in fact they are moving the manufacturing production of the Sequoia from the current location in Indiana to the San Antonio, Texas plant. So the Sequoia will share the factory with its twin brother, the new 2022 Toyota Tundra. And of course, as you probably heard, the Tacoma production is being moved out of the San Antonio, Texas, to the two factories in Mexico. Coming back to the Sequoia story, there's so much platform and components being shared between the Tundra and the Sequoia that it would not be surprising if they also share some of the design aspect and design elements. So this is the new 2022 Tundra. This is the official photo from Toyota, and in fact this is the only photo we have now from Toyota in terms of the exterior design. But I suspect that the Tundra and Sequoia will share some of the front design. It won't be same obviously because Sequoia traditionally had a different design from the Tundra, but because the two models will share so much more than ever before, if I carry over the front design from the Tundra over to a Sequoia, it's possible that's what the new 2023 Sequoia will look like. So this is my latest rendering and image of what the 2023 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro might look like. So what I've done for now is to take the front design of the Tundra and place it onto an SUV body such as this one. I did remove the 3 marker lights at the front and also on the side because I do not expect the Sequoia TRD Pro to be more than 80 inches wide. I did keep the front light bar and also kept the 2 fog lamps on the lower grille. And I did also carry over the diamond shape or the egg crate design from the Tundra. Now that might change, but for now I did that. And I also changed the lower bumper to body color and removed the word Tundra obviously. So now that's white matching this particular body color. I think the headlight design, which is a teardrop design, will definitely stay for the Sequoia. And then I kept the TRD Pro emblem, of course, where it belongs. And there are blacked out wheels front and back for the TRD Pro. Now the wheel design will likely change for Sequoia from the Tundra, but for now I kept the same wheels as the Tundra TRD Pro wheels. Now if you look at the C-pillar design, I changed it quite significantly from a normal Sequoia by incorporating the look and feel from the Land Cruiser 300, which has a kind of a hockey stick look and feel. So it kind of goes up at an angle at the rear there. And of course, all the trims are blacked out because it's a TRD Pro. Over at the rear of this SUV, I made a very large tail lamp indicating this is a Sequoia with substantial power increase over the current model and to signify a strength and power. Finally, I incorporate a very prominent fender bulge front and back in kind of a square design, very similar to the Land Cruiser because that has been the traditional look and feel of Toyota SUVs, and that basically completes the design of this 2023 Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro rendering. I almost forgot, by the way, I did leave the black roof rack on the top, again because all TRD Pros have a very prominent roof racks. Now let me show you my second rendering of the Sequoia, which is a limited model. The obvious difference is the front end, where it has much brighter chrome design with a very similar teardrop headlight, and I also placed a blue emblem in the front signifying that this is a hybrid model, which will be really interesting model to drive. Everything else is similar to the TRD Pro. It's got a body matched bumper. And I did remove the front light bar that was part of a TRD Pro package, and I also painted the lower bumper black instead of the body color just to show a difference in terms of design. I did retain the 2 lower fog lamps for now, and so this kind of complete the front design of the new Sequoia Limited. And of course I changed the wheels to a larger 20-inch chrome look and feel for the Limited. It has 6 lug nuts, which is different for 2023 with a Toyota logo in the center. Obviously I borrowed the design of this wheel from a competitor, but for now this is a kind of a placeholder and it's good enough to give you a flavor of what the 2023 Sequoia Limited will look like. I'm going to add some more stuff later on, like adding chrome to the door handles and also the side steps. So there's some other work I have to do to complete this image. I did remove the roof rack from the TRD Pro version as well, and I'll continue continue to work on this to give this Sequoia Limited a more accurate and a closer feel to the actual model that should come out in about 1 year time. So let me go back to the TRD Pro version of the Sequoia. I've now placed it with a scenic background, and so I've got several rendering and image of both the TRD Pro and the limited version of the Sequoia with different backgrounds. So hopefully you can enjoy that for the next few minutes, and let me know in the comments below, which one do you like better, the TRD Pro or the limited? And do you like this predicted 2023 Sequoia design better than the current 2021 Sequoia? I'm really curious what you think of the render and whether or not you would buy this new Sequoia when it comes out in about 1 year time. So that's it for now in terms of the update for 2023 Sequoia. I'll let the images run with some music in the background. Hopefully you can enjoy them, and let me know if you actually like this rendering and whether you would buy the Sequoia over the new 2022 Toyota Tundra. Thank you so much, and signing off for now.